Good morning, students. Today we will study chapter 2, Animals and Their Lifestyle, in which we will study the topic migration and hibernation. So all of you take out your books, which is Millennium Science for Juniors 5, and open page chapter 2, page number 21. Now all of you see the topic migration. Now first of all, let's know the meaning of a migrate. As the word is migration, so first we will learn about migrate. What is the meaning of a migrate? Migrate means to move from one place to another place. Okay, now let's come to the migration. Migration is the mass movement of animals from one place to another in search of food to avoid unfavorable weather conditions and with oblique or to find nesting places. Many animals migrate regularly at a particular time of the year to a specific place to give birth to their young ones. Such places are called breeding grounds. These animals travel back to their original habitat when their young ones mature. Now, what is a migration? Migration is a mass movement of animals. Mass movement means movement of animals in a group, or the particular type of animals which move from one place to another in the search of food or to avoid the unfavorable weather conditions from one place to another. So migration is the mass movement of animals from one place to another in search of food and to avoid the unfavorable weather conditions. Okay, now, and to find their nesting places also, as they move from one place to another, so then they want the nesting places also where they can rest or live for a period of time. Okay, now there are many animals who migrate regularly at a particular time of the year. Now there are many of the animals who migrate at a particular time, means some animals move in summers, some in winters, some in rainy seasons. So according to the seasons or according to the weather or regularly or their time period, they migrate from one place to another. Or we can say that they migrate from suppose there is an animal who lives at a place for 1 year. After that it moves from one place to another after 1 year. Okay, so this is migration. And now such many animals migrate regularly at a particular time of the year to a specific place to give birth to their young ones. Now there are some animals who migrate from one place to another at a particular time just to give the birth to their young ones. So that places are called the breeding grounds. Now the place where the animals give birth to their young ones, that place is called as breeding grounds. Now these animals travel back their original habitat when their young ones mature. Now those animals who migrate for giving their young ones birth, they travel back to their original habitat or their original place where they used to live before migration. So they travel back to their original habitat with their young ones. When their young ones becomes mature, then they travel back to their original habitat. Now the second para, in the colder regions of the earth, animals migrate to warmer places in intense water because food is not easily available in harsh and cold weather. Some animals migrate in summer season also. As I told you just now that there are some animals who move from colder regions to the hotter region or the warmer places for in the search of food, because at the colder regions food and water is not easily available. Okay, and there are some animals who migrate from summer seasons also. They move from summer regions to the warmer regions to the colder regions, or then the colder regions to the warmer regions, or we can say that the winter season to summer season, summer season to winter season. Now third, some birds like stork and sandpiper migrate to India to breed every year. Now there are some birds like stork and sandpiper who migrate to India to breed every year. Now there are some birds, there are two types of birds like stork and sandpiper. They come to India just to breed every year. Breed means to give the birth of their young ones. So they come to India just to give birth to their young ones. A bird named, first point, a bird named Arctic tern makes the longest migration in the animal world. From its nesting grounds on the islands in the Arctic Ocean. It flies south to Antarctica and returns back later twice a year. Now there is a bird whose name is Arctic tern. It is that bird which makes the longest migration in the animal world. This bird makes the longest migration, means जो इनका टाइम पीरियड है, the time period for migration is the longest time period for migration in animal world. Now from its nesting grounds on the islands of the Arctic Ocean, from where they migrates from the nesting grounds on the islands in Arctic Ocean. Arctic Ocean में जो islands हैं वहाँ पे जो उनकी nesting grounds हैं, islands जो उनके nesting grounds हैं Arctic Ocean में, वहाँ they start migrate from there and they flies to south, from Arctic Ocean to the south Antarctica. Okay, they flies to the Antarctica and returns back later twice a year. And they returns back in twice a year, means एक साल में दो बार, twice a year. It travels a distance of approximately 17,000 kilometers each way. Now it is a bird which travels a distance of approx 17,000 kilometers each way, means first when she will start migrate from Arctic to Antarctica, it will go 17 kilometers. After that, again when it will go back to the Antarctic, from Antarctica, then again 17 kilometers. After that, when again it will migrate from Arctic, then to Antarctica 17 kilometers, and after that when it will return to the Antarctic, then again 17 kilometers, means that in a year it travels 17,000 kilometers 4 times in a year. Okay, now second point, the orange and black monarch butterfly flies every year in winter from Canada to Mexico and California, which are comparatively warmer places. Now there is a butterfly named orange and black monarch. It flies every year in winters from Canada to Mexico and California. It migrates from Canada to Mexico, or Canada to California, or Mexico to California. Okay, which is comparatively warmer places. So these places are warmer than Canada. Okay. Now after that, apart from birds, many other animals also show migration. First, locusts. Locusts are also migratory animals or insects. They migrate in swamps in search of food. However, they cause destruction wherever they migrate to by eating and destroying the standing crops. Now, locusts means tiddy. As we all know that in India right now there are locusts present. So they are also the migratory animals, and they migrate in swans in search of food. In swans means they move or they migrate in a group in search of food. However, they cause destruction. Yes, these locusts cause destruction also, because wherever they migrate just to eat and destroy the standing crops. Okay. Now if the locusts come, it will destroy the standing crops. Okay. Now turn the page 22. Turn page 22. Now whales. Whales move from one part of the ocean to other warmer parts where they give birth to their young ones. Later both parents and children swim back to the original habitat. Now as whale is also migration animal. It also moves from one place to another, as it moves from one part of the ocean to the another warmer part of the ocean. And why it moves just to give birth to their young ones. And after some time both the parent and the children move or swim back to their original habitat. Now, apart from migration, hibernation is another way to cope up with extreme climatic conditions. Now there is another method other than migration, just to avoid the unfavorable weather conditions, or just to move to avoid the unfavorable weather conditions. Okay, which is called hibernation. Now let's see hibernation that do not animals that do not move from animals that do not move away from colder places usually sleep throughout the winters. This winter sleep is called hibernation. Now there are some animals who does not migrate from one place to another. They usually used to survive or live at the same place or at their original habitats only. Okay. Now there are some animals who does not move from colder places. Okay, what they do, they usually sleep throughout the winters, as they don't move from one place to another in the winter season. What they do, they usually go to sleep. They sleep throughout the winters. For the whole winter season they go to sleep. Now this winter sleep is called hibernation, and the sleep which they go is called hibernation. The deep sleep lasts for several months and helps these animals to keep away from extremely cold weather. When an animal hibernates, its heart begins to beat slow and its body temperature drops. Animals confine themselves into caves and burrows and go into deep sleep. Animals like bats, snakes, ground squirrels, frogs, spiders, rodents and some insects hibernate. Now, the deep sleep lasts. जो deep sleep है इनकी, the deep sleep lasts for the several months. It is not for 2 or 3 days. It is for several months. So that sleep helps these animals to keep their body temperature low, as well as to keep away from the extremely cold weather also. Okay, when an animal hibernates, its heart begins to beat slow. When an animal hibernates means when it goes to a sleep for several months, their heartbeat or their heart begins to beat slow. After that, and their body temperature also gets down. Animals confine themselves into caves and burrows to go into deep sleeps. Now, where does these animals sleep? They sleep in their caves, or they burrow the holes under the ground where they usually used to sleep and go to deep sleep. Animals like bats, snakes, ground squirrels, frogs, spiders, rodents and some insects hibernate. Now there are some animals like bats, snakes, ground squirrels, frogs, spiders, rodents and some insects hibernate. As we can see also that The lizard is also an example of hibernation, as in winters we doesn't see lizards in our house, but when the summer season becomes, there are so many lizards in our house, or we see so many lizards in our house. So there are like that only. Frogs, spiders, rodents, squirrels, snakes, bats are also an example of hibernation only. Now bears sleep a lot during the winter, but they do not truly hibernate. Now what happens with the bears? Bears sleeps during winters, they doesn't truly hibernate. They sleep undisturbed for long hours but can be awakened easily. Now जो bears होते हैं, they sleep undisturbed means they can sleep for long hours but they can be awakened easily. This kind of sleeping pattern is called torpor. Now, this kind of sleeping pattern means the sleep which is undisturbed but it can be awakened easily. That pattern of sleeping is known as torpor. They hardly eat during this period and use the fat stored up in their bodies to survive. Now, when they are in when the hibernation period is going on for the bears, what they do in that period, they hardly eat food. They usually doesn't eat food. They use the fat which is stored in their body to survive. Now, after that, some animals show long sleeping pattern in summers also. This is called aestivation. Now, bees, frogs, snakes and snails show this. Now, there are some animals who sleep for a long period of time in summers also. So that sleeping pattern is known as aestivation. Now, for example, bees, frogs, snakes and snails. They can sleep in summers also for a long period of time. So this completes our chapter 2, animal and their hibernation. Now class, your homework is to complete the exercises in your book.